My name's Brandon. I also go by the name Dead Palette. November is National Write a Novel Month, or NaNoWriMo, a time when aspiring and amateur writers take on the monumental task of writing an entire novel in a single month. I'm a writer of short horror stories, as well as a critic of short-form horror, with a terribly short attention span. I was blessed with a learning disability and the inability to read a novel without losing concentration rapidly, so I'm taking on a big challenge. Me, a man whose friends call him Mr. Illiterate, is going to attempt to write a novel's worth of words in a single month. When I was in school, the special classes that I took essentially gave up on me learning to read and spell correctly. Low expectations were always put on me, and I was openly laughed at by my peers when I said I wanted to grow up to be a writer and an artist. So with low expectations from adults and peers alike, I needed to hold myself to higher standards. I want you to do the same. Now, I'm not speaking to people with no interest in writing, but I encourage everyone to challenge themselves this November in whatever it is their passion is. But for those authors that think that writing a novel in a month is an impossible task for them, remember that someone with a learning disability who's maybe read 5 novels total in his entire life is going to be undertaking this challenge. There's a link in the low bar for the official NaNoWriMo website with all kinds of advice and helpful bells and whistles and whatnot, but I have 3 rules that you can follow that I'm going to be following. Some guidelines to help you be productive. 1. Know what distracts you and purge it from your life for a month. Yeah, I know, that one stings, but I'm doing it. I'm being honest with myself and cutting out the 3 biggest distractions for me. My list is Overwatch, YouTube videos, and documentaries. Your list is probably different, but again, be honest with yourself and purge. 2. Plan out what your goals are for the month, then break those down into weekly and daily goals. 3. Have an accountability buddy. You need to hold yourself to a higher standard to write an entire novel in a single month. But you don't live in a vacuum. We rely on each other every day. No one is successful by themselves. You need someone to believe in you and to hold you accountable, that will ask you nightly if you were productive and focused, preferably someone also doing NaNoWriMo. If you don't have anyone, it can be me. We'll all keep each other on track. Lastly, writing a novel in a month isn't easy, and it may prove to be too mentally taxing. You might encounter an unforeseen emergency. Maybe modifying and paring back your goals isn't enough, and you need to take a break or quit NaNoWriMo altogether. Know that even if you fail, you attempted to do something extremely challenging, and you can be proud of yourself that you even tried. Plus, you'll probably have a decent chunk of writing you can continue to chip away at your own pace. So I hope you join me for this experience. I've got my own goals that differ from the official NaNoWriMo rule set, since I'm writing a series of short stories that total a novel's worth of words. Along with that, I'm also doing some visual art and videos, but I'm in the trenches of the Word documents right there beside you, cheering you on. If you want to know what kind of story I'm writing, you can check out my 1-minute video on Ashcan horror in the low bar, and follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram if you want to know what I'm up to during NaNoWriMo, or you need an accountability buddy. See you at the back of your book. If I put this video out there, then I have to do this.